Hello friends, welcome back to Old Coins News. Today we're going to talk about some classic United States Washington quarter dollar coins, the ones that proudly feature the inscriptions United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, Liberty, and I in God We Trust. Do you have a 1977D, 1982D, 1989P, or 1994D quarter in your collection? It's possible that the coin sitting in your pocket right now isn't just worth 25 cents. It could be a hidden collectible treasure. In today's video, we'll explore the full history of these coins, their mint marks, mintage numbers, possible errors, and their real market value. So make sure to watch until the end, because your next quarter might just change your luck. So let's get started. The 1982D Washington Quarter is an important issue within the historic Washington Quarter series, a coin that has circulated widely across the United States since 1932. Bearing the inscriptions United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, Liberty, and In God We Trust, along with the date 1982 and a D mint mark, this quarter was struck at the Denver Mint. While at first glance it may appear to be just another common circulating coin, the 1982D quarter actually holds special significance to collectors because of its production context, the absence of official mint sets that year, and the overall economic climate of the early 1980s in America. The obverse front of the 1982D quarter features a familiar left-facing portrait of George Washington. The portrait design was created by sculptor John Flanagan and was inspired by a marble bust of Washington sculpted in 1786 by Jean-Antoine Houdon. This classical design was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the bicentennial of Washington's birth. Above Washington's head appears the word liberty, symbolizing freedom and the founding principles of the United States. To the left of the portrait is the national motto, In God We Trust, officially adopted as a country's motto in 1956. The date 1982 is displayed at the bottom, and just to the right of Washington's ponytail ribbon appears a small D mint mark, identifying the Denver Mint as the place of manufacture. The reverse back of the 1982D quarter displays a powerful image of a bald eagle with wings fully extended. The eagle clutches a bundle of arrows in its talons, symbolizing military readiness and strength, while two olive branches beneath represent peace. Above the eagle's head is a Latin phrase, E Pluribus Unum, meaning out of many, one, reflecting the unity of the states forming one nation. Around the outer edge appear the inscriptions United States of America at the top and quarter dollar at the bottom. This reverse design was used continuously from 1932 until it was replaced in 1999 by the state quarter's reverse designs, making it one of the longest-running coin reverse designs in American history. The 1982D quarter is composed of a copper-nickel-clad structure. Since 1965, U.S. quarters have contained no silver, instead being made from a pure copper core sandwich between outer layers consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This gives the coin a silvery appearance while keeping production costs lower. The coin weighs 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, and features a reeded edge with 119 reeds. Although the reeded edge originally helped prevent the shaving or clipping of precious metal from silver coins, by 1982 it remained primarily as security and traditional design feature. One of the most interesting aspects of the 1982D quarter is its mintage situation. In 1982, the United States Mint did not produce official uncirculated mint sets due to federal budget constraints and reduced collector demand at the time. This means that no government-packaged uncirculated examples were saved directly from production lines for collectors. As a result, most surviving 1982D quarters entered circulation and were heavily used. Because of this, high-grade uncirculated examples are scarcer than many other dates from the late 20th century. The Denver Mint struck approximately 480,042,788 quarters in 1982, which is a large number, but finding pristine examples today can be more challenging than for other nearby years. In circulated condition, the 1982D quarter is generally worth only its face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated examples can command higher prices. Brilliant uncirculated coins may sell for $3 to $8 depending on condition. Coins graded MS-65 by professional grading services may sell for $15 to $25, while superb gem examples graded MS-67 or higher can reach significantly higher values, sometimes over $100 depending on market demand and eye appeal. Because no mint sets were issued, collectors often seek sharply struck, well-preserved pieces for registry sets, increasing demand for top-quality specimens. Error coins from 1982D are also of interest to collectors. Examples of off-center strikes, die cracks, double dies, clipped planches, or coins struck on incorrect planches can bring premiums ranging from $50 to several $100 depending on the type and severity of the error. Careful examination of mint luster, strike sharpness, and surface preservation is essential when evaluating potential high-grade or error coins. The year 1982 was a significant time in American history. It was during the presidency of Ronald Reagan, a period marked by economic recession, high unemployment, and efforts to control inflation through monetary policy changes. The early 1980s were challenging for many Americans, and coins like the 1982D quarter circulated widely during this transitional economic period. Although the coin itself does not commemorate a specific event, it serves as a tangible artifact of that era. From a broader numismatic perspective, the Washington Quarter series marked a shift in American coinage tradition. Prior to 1932, circulating U.S. coins typically featured allegorical figures, such as Liberty. The introduction of George Washington's portrait represented a departure from that practice and paved the way for future coins featuring real historical figures. By 1982, the Washington Quarter had become deeply embedded in American daily life, used in vending machines, laundromats, public transportation, and countless everyday transactions. Collectors today view the 1982D Washington Quarter as a modern coin with a subtle scarcity factor, in higher grades due to the absence of official mint sets. While it is not considered rare in circulated condition, it is an important date for those assembling a complete Washington Quarter set from 1932 to 1998. Its historical continuity, classical design, and connection to America's economic history make it more than just small change. In conclusion, the 1982D Washington Quarter represents a meaningful chapter in the long history of U.S. coinage. Featuring the enduring portrait of George Washington, the patriotic eagle reveries, and powerful national mottos such as Liberty, In God We Trust, and E Pluribus Unum, it stands as a symbol of American unity and resilience. Though common in everyday condition, high-grade and error examples carry collectible value, especially given the unusual mint set situation of 1982. For collectors, it offers both affordability and historical depth, making it a worthy addition to any U.S. coin collection. The 1994D Washington Quarter is part of the long-running Washington Quarter series, one of the most recognized and widely collected coins in United States history. This quarter carries a familiar inscription, United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, Liberty, and In God We Trust, along with the date 1994 and the D mint mark, indicating it was struck at the Denver Mint. Although the 1994D quarter is not considered rare in circulated condition, it remains historically significant because it represents the final decade of the original Washington Quarter design, before the major change to the 50-state quarters program in 1999. For collectors and history lovers, every Washington Quarter carries a connection to America's past, its leadership, and its evolving coinage system. The obverse front of the 1994D quarter features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States. The portrait is based on a bust sculpted by French artist Jean-Antoine Houdon in 1786. The coin's designer, John Flanagan, adapted Houdon's sculpture when creating the Washington Quarter in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. Above Washington's head appears the word Liberty, symbolizing the nation's core value. To the left of the portrait is the phrase, In God We Trust, the official motto of the United States. The date 1994 appears at the bottom, and just to the right of the ponytail ribbon is the small D mint mark, showing it was minted in Denver. The reverse back of the 1994D quarter displays a majestic bald eagle with wings spread wide, perched on a bundle of arrows. Beneath the arrows are two olive branches, symbolizing peace, while the arrows represent strength and readiness to defend the nation. Above the eagle's head is a Latin motto, E Pluribus Unum, meaning out of many, one. This phrase reflects the unity of the original 13 colonies coming together to form one nation. Surrounding the design are the inscriptions United States of America at the top and $quarter at the bottom. This reverse design was used from 1932 until 1998, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history before it was replaced by the state-themed quarters. The 1994 D Washington quarter was struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition. Since 1965, quarters have been made from a layered structure, an inner core of pure copper bonded between outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This gives the coin its silver-like appearance while containing no actual silver. The coin weighs 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, and features a reeded edge with 119 reeds. The reeded edge originally served to prevent the clipping of precious metal from coins, but by 1994 it remained mainly as a traditional design feature. In terms of mintage, the 1994 D quarter had a very large production number. The Denver Mint struck approximately 715,762,110 quarters that year. Because of this high mintage, the coin is extremely common in circulated grades. Most examples found in pocket change are worth only their face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated coins in mint condition can carry a small premium, especially if they have strong luster and no contact marks. Brilliant uncirculated BU examples might sell for $1 to $3, while higher-grade coins certified MS65 or above by professional grading services may reach $10 to $20 or more, depending on eye appeal. Collectors also search for error coins among 1994 D quarters. Errors such as off-center strikes, double strikes, clip planches, or die cracks can increase a coin's value significantly. A well-centered off-metal strike or dramatic mint error could sell for $50, $100, or even higher depending on severity and condition. Additionally, coins with exceptional strike quality and original mint luster sometimes attract attention from registry set collectors who aim to assemble the finest graded sets of Washington quarters. The year 1994 itself was an interesting period in American history. It was during the presidency of Bill Clinton, a time marked by economic growth and technological advancement. Though the quarter does not commemorate a special event for that specific year, it represents everyday commerce in America during the 1990s. Millions of these coins pass through vending machines, grocery stores, banks, and cash registers across the country, becoming a small but constant part of daily life. Historically, the Washington Quarter series began in 1932 and replaced the Standing Liberty Quarter. The decision to feature George Washington marked a turning point in U.S. coinage tradition. Before this, American coins typically featured allegorical figures like Lady Liberty instead of real individuals. The success of the Washington Quarter opened the door for future circulating coins to feature presidents and historical figures, shaping modern U.S. coin design. By 1999, just 5 years after the 1994 D issue, the traditional eagle reverse was replaced by the 50-state quarter program. That program became one of the most successful coin initiatives in U.S. history, encouraging millions of Americans to begin collecting coins. Therefore, the 1994 D quarter represents one of the last standard design issues before that transformative change. In conclusion, the 1994 D Washington quarter may not be rare or extremely valuable in typical condition, but it holds strong historical and collectible significance. It connects collectors to the long-standing Washington Quarter tradition, carries powerful national mottos like Liberty, In God We Trust, and E Pluribus Unum, and represents American coinage in the 1990s. For new collectors, it is an accessible and affordable piece of history. For experienced numismatists, high-grade or error examples provide opportunities for deeper collecting challenges. Even though it is common, the 1994 D quarter remains a proud symbol of American unity, strength, and heritage. The 1977 D Washington Quarter is part of the long-running Washington Quarter series, one of the most recognized and widely circulated coins in United States history. Bearing the inscriptions United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, Liberty, and In God We Trust, along with the date 1977 and a D mint mark, this coin was struck at the Denver Mint. Although it is generally considered a common coin in circulated condition, the 1977 D quarter holds strong historical, cultural, and numismatic importance. It represents America in the late 1970s, a time of economic adjustment, political change, and evolving coinage technology. The obverse, Front of the 1977 D quarter features a familiar left-facing portrait of George Washington. The design was created by sculptor John Flanagan and is based on a marble bust of Washington made in 1786 by French artist Jean-Antoine Houdon. When the Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932, it commemorated the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. By 1977, the design had already been in use for 45 years, becoming deeply familiar to generations of Americans. Above Washington's portrait appears the word liberty, symbolizing the fundamental value upon which the nation was founded. To the left is the inscription, "In God We Trust," the official national motto since 1956. At the bottom is the date 1977, and just to the right of Washington's tied hair ribbon appears a small D mint mark, identifying the coin as a product of the Denver Mint. The reverse back of the 1977 D quarter displays a powerful American bald eagle with wings spread wide. The eagle holds a bundle of arrows in its talons, symbolizing strength and military preparedness, while olive branches beneath represent peace. Above the eagle's head appears the Latin motto, E Pluribus Unum, meaning out of many, one. This phrase reflects the unity of the states forming one nation. Around the rim are the inscriptions United States of America at the top and $quarter at the bottom. This reverse design was used continuously from 1932 until 1998, making it one of the longest-lasting reverse designs in American coinage history before the introduction of the state quarters in 1999. The 1977 D quarter is composed of a copper-nickel-clad structure. Since 1965, quarters have been struck with an inner core of pure copper bonded between outer layers consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This composition replaced the earlier 90% silver content due to rising silver prices in the 1960s. The clad composition gives the coin its silver-like appearance while keeping production costs manageable. The coin weighs 5.67 grams, measures 24.26 millimeters in diameter, and features a reeded edge with 119 reeds. While reeded edges originally served to prevent the clipping of precious metal from silver coins, by 1977 they were primarily a security and identification feature. In terms of mintage, the 1977 D quarter was produced in large numbers. The Denver Mint struck approximately 256,524,978 quarters that year. Because of this high mintage, the coin is very common in circulated condition and is typically worth only its face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated examples preserved in mint state condition carry a premium. Brilliant uncirculated BU coins may sell for $2 to $5 depending on quality. Coins graded MS-65 by professional grading services often bring $10 to $20, while exceptionally well-preserved examples graded MS-67 or higher can command significantly higher prices, sometimes exceeding $100 depending on market demand and eye appeal. Collectors also look for mint errors and varieties among 1977 D quarters. Although no major double die varieties are widely recognized for this date, minor double dies, die cracks, off-center strikes, clip planches, and other striking errors can increase a coin's value. Dramatic mint errors may sell for $50 to several $100s depending on the uniqueness and condition of the piece. Careful inspection under magnification is essential when searching for such errors. The year 1977 was a notable period in American history. It was during the presidency of Jimmy Carter, a time marked by economic challenges including inflation and energy concerns. The late 1970s were also a period of cultural transformation, technological development, and global political shifts. Coins like the 1977 D quarter circulated widely during everyday transactions in grocery stores, gas stations, arcades, vending machines, and banks. While the coin itself does not commemorate a specific historical event, it serves as a tangible reminder of daily life in America during that era. From a broader numismatic perspective, the Washington quarter marked a significant change in U.S. coinage tradition. Before 1932, circulating American coins typically featured symbolic representations of liberty rather than real historical figures. The decision to place George Washington on the quarter set a precedent for honoring presidents and historical figures on circulating coins. By 1977, this tradition was firmly established, shaping the future of American coin design. In conclusion, The 1977 D Washington quarter may not be rare in ordinary circulated condition, but it remains an important and collectible piece of American history. Featuring the enduring portrait of George Washington, the iconic eagle reverse, along with the patriotic mottos Liberty, In God We Trust, and E Pluribus Unum, the coin represents unity, strength, and national identity. For beginners, it is an affordable and accessible collectible. For advanced collectors, high-grade examples and mint errors offer additional interest and potential value. Though often overlooked as everyday change, the 1977 D quarter stands as a lasting symbol of American heritage and the enduring legacy of the Washington Quarter series. The 1989 P Washington Quarter is a classic example from the long-running Washington Quarter series, one of the most familiar and widely used coins in United States history. Carrying the inscriptions United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, Quarter Dollar, Liberty, and In God We Trust, along with the date 1989 and the P mint mark, this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Although millions are produced and it is generally common in circulated grades, the 1989 P quarter holds historical, cultural, and numismatic importance. It represents American coinage during the closing years of the Cold War era and stands as part of the final decade of the original Washington quarter design before the introduction of the 50-state quarters program in 1999. The obverse front of the 1989 P quarter features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States and one of the most respected figures in American history. The portrait was designed by sculptor John Flanagan and was inspired by a marble bust of Washington created in 1786 by French artist Jean-Antoine Houdon. This design was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the bicentennial of Washington's birth. Above Washington's head appears the word liberty, symbolizing the core American value of freedom. To the left of the portrait is the inscription, In God We Trust, the official national motto since 1956. The date 1989 is placed at the bottom of the coin, and to the right of Washington's ponytail ribbon appears a P mint mark identifying it as a product of the Philadelphia Mint. Notably, before 1980, Philadelphia coins did not carry a mint mark, but by 1989 the P mint mark had become standard on quarters struck there. The reverse back of the 1989 P quarter shows a powerful and detailed image of a bald eagle with its wings spread wide. The eagle holds a bundle of arrows in its talons, representing strength and readiness to defend the nation, while olive branches beneath the arrows symbolize peace. Above the eagle's head is a Latin motto E Pluribus Unum, meaning out of many, one, reflecting the unity of the states forming a single nation. Surrounding the central design are the inscriptions United States of America at the top and quarter dollar at the bottom. This iconic eagle reverse design was used continuously from 1932 until 1998, making it one of the longest-running reverse designs in American coinage history. The 1989 P quarter is composed of a copper-nickel-clad structure. Since 1965, U.S. quarters have been struck using a layered composition consisting of a pure copper core bonded between outer layers made of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This composition gives the coin its silver-colored appearance while containing no actual silver. The coin weighs 5.67 grams, measures 24.26 millimeters in diameter, and features a reeded edge with 119 reeds. The reeded edge, originally intended to prevent the clipping of precious metal from silver coins, remains today as both security feature and a traditional design element. In terms of mintage, the Philadelphia Mint struck approximately 512,868,000 quarters in 1989. This large production number means a coin is very common in circulated condition and is usually worth only its face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated examples that retain strong mint luster and minimal contact marks are more desirable among collectors. Brilliant uncirculated coins may sell for $1 to $4 depending on quality. Coins graded MS65 by professional grading services often bring $10 to $20. Higher grade examples such as MS66 or MS67 can command significantly higher prices, sometimes reaching $75 to over $150 depending on eye appeal and market demand. Collectors also search for mint errors and varieties among 1989 P quarters. While no major widely known double die varieties dominate this date, minor double dies, die cracks, off-center strikes, clip planches, and other striking errors can increase a coin's value substantially. Dramatic mint errors can sell for $50, $100, or even several $100s depending on condition and uniqueness. As with any modern coin, careful inspection under magnification is essential to identify potential collectible varieties. The year 1989 itself was historically significant. It was the first year of the presidency of George H.W. Bush and marked a pivotal moment in world history with the fall of the Berlin Wall and the approaching end of the Cold War. In the United States, the economy was relatively stable and technological advancements were accelerating. The 1989 P quarter circulated during a time of major global political transformation, serving as everyday currency while historic events unfolded worldwide. From a numismatic standpoint, the Washington Quarter series played an important role in shaping American coin design. Before 1932, circulating U.S. coins typically featured symbolic representations of liberty rather than actual historical figures. The introduction of George Washington's portrait marked a shift toward honoring real individuals on circulating coinage. By 1989, this tradition was well established, and the Washington Quarter had become one of the most recognized coins in the country. The 1989 P quarter also represents one of the final years before the major design transformation of U.S. quarters. In 1999, the original Eagle reverse was replaced with a 50-state quarters program, which sparked renewed interest in coin collecting across America. Therefore, the 1989 P issue stands as part of the classic Washington Quarter era, just before the series entered its modern commemorative phase. In conclusion, the 1989 P Washington Quarter may be common in everyday circulation, but it carries deep historical and collectible value. Featuring the enduring portrait of George Washington, the iconic bold eagle reverse, and powerful national mottos such as Liberty, In God We Trust, and PLURIBUS UNUM, the coin represents unity, strength, and American identity. While most examples are worth face value, high-grade and era coins offer opportunities for collectors seeking premium pieces. As both a circulating coin of its time and a lasting symbol of American heritage, the 1989 P quarter remains an important part of U.S. numismatic history.